Hello everybody, DIY Danny here, and a little one who won't let me put him down as I'm trying to make my lip balms. So I've showed you guys my normal recipe for my lip balm. Sorry, my voice is still a little funky for being sick. But my normal lip balm that I love is very similar to the Burt's Bees lip balm. So my father actually, he's a Carmex lover. So he used to love the Carmex Mint lip balm, and they stopped making it. And so he was telling me how upset he was and how he's tried to make his own by like melting different lip balms together and all this funny stuff. So I kind of went through and figured out a way to adjust my recipe and actually make one that is much more similar to a Carmex, which is more waxy lip balm. And he loves it. So I'm actually making this recipe for him. So he's very spoiled. He gets his own tubes of lip balm just for him, special recipe. So what goes in it is the same ingredients. Only that's different is the amounts. So you've got your beeswax. Again, I use the little pellets just because it's much easier to melt and work with. So for the Carmex recipe, and this is going to make about 14 tubes of lip balm. I'm going to do 3 tablespoons of that, okay? Unrefined shea butter. This is only going to be 1 tablespoon for this recipe, okay? So that's kind of what you're replacing. You're replacing the shea butter with more of the wax. Okay, we've got our organic coconut oil. My coconut oil is 2 tablespoons. And like I mentioned, I also like to add vitamin E into mine. So what I actually do is that 2nd tablespoon of coconut oil, I leave just a tiny bit off the top and just put a squeeze of coconut oil, or excuse me, of the vitamin E oil in there, just to add because it's more moisturizing and adds a little bit of that sun protection. So 2 tablespoons total is the coconut oil, and just I top it off a tiny bit with the vitamin E oil. Okay, this is how the shea butter looks in case you've never seen it. It's like a big, thick, square palette of shea butter. Okay, then I'm also going to use the doTERRA peppermint oil. For a normal person, a normal batch, I would use 30 drops. My father loves the mint part of it, and his request is more. So I will use about 50 drops in his, but for normal people, you could use about 30 drops. And you could change that flavor, of course. And then I've got my tubes. So just basic lip balm tubes that you can order on Amazon, from different websites. Again, the little tip is if you put them all together with a little hair tie, it helps to hold them and stand them up so that when you're filling up the tubes, they don't fall over. So that's a really, really good little tidbit there. Okay, and then of course I have my little plastic pipette. These, again, you can get these, they're disposable, so after I use it once, I just throw it away. That way I don't have to worry about trying to get all the wax and everything cleaned out from inside there. Okay, so I'm going to put everything, all those ingredients, I already did it so that it'd be going, but you're going to put them all into your double broiler. I don't cook, I don't own a double broiler, so what I've done is I just have a pan with hot water, and then my do-it-yourself bowl. I use the same bowl for all my stuff because obviously it gets kind of waxy and gross, and I don't want to have to try to clean it so well that I can have Lucky Charms in it tomorrow. So then I just put my bowl on top, and that way essentially that hot water that's boiling inside is melting all the stuff that's on the inside. So it looks like we're almost done. Just want to give it a quick stir, and same thing, I use my same spoon over and over again. You know, I mean, I wash it obviously, but I have dedicated spoons, dedicated bowls, everything that's just for my DIY projects. So we're going to get it to a nice liquid state. I'm just trying to get these last few pellets melted. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just fill up each of the tubes with a pipette after I put the peppermint in. So once it's all melted, you turn the fire off. Put in your essential oil. You can use peppermint, or if you want to use something else. And then fill up my tubes. Try to save just a tiny bit of the mixture at the end, because after you let the tubes sit for about 5 minutes or so, you'll notice they kind of settle. And so you can go back then and with the leftover mixture, top them all off. That way, when you're done with the tubes completely, you have a nice full tube of lip balm. Okay, then just let them sit at room temperature. A lot of times I put them in the microwave That way the dog can't jump on the counter and eat them, because he will do that. So I just stick them in the microwave for safekeeping. After about 2 hours, they'll be hard enough to, you know, layer and do whatever you want with them. Or if you want a faster way, you can actually stick them in the refrigerator as well, and they'll harden a little bit quicker. Okay, so once it's all liquid, like so, again, I'm going to turn off my fire. Still keep it over the hot water though, because you don't want the mixture to harden. And then I'm going to put in my peppermint. Come on, peppermint. 15, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20. Sorry, guys. 21, 22. Let's see where we're at. So again, for a normal batch, I would do about 30 drops. For my father, he says he can't have enough peppermint, so I'm going to do about 50 with his. I'm just literally just going to empty this in there, because he honestly doesn't care. He likes the more the better. So I could probably put a whole bottle in there and he'd be happy. Now that might be a little crazy, and I don't want to use the whole bottle of peppermint. So I'm just doing this till I get to about 50 for him. And that's gotta be pretty close. Okay. Give it one more quick stir. Okay. Then we're gonna just use our pipette. Squeeze some in there. And start filling up your tube. So again, fill them all the way up. Then wait about, you know, by the time you get to the last one, the first one should be settled enough that you can go back in and just top it off. So, okay, and that's essentially all you do. Let me show you a close-up of the, there you go. So that, again, this is the recipe for the Carmex, you know, similar to a Carmex peppermint lip balm. So 3 tablespoons of beeswax, 1 tablespoon of shea butter, 2 tablespoons of coconut oil with just a tiny bit of vitamin E added into that 2nd tablespoon, and 30 drops of the peppermint oil. Mix it all up, and you've got yourself about 12 to 14. I usually get about 14 tubes of lip balm. All right, if you have any questions, you guys know where to get a hold of me. Let me know. All right, DIY Danny signing off. Bye.